Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Cape Cod. How is everybody out there doing? Hopefully, you are all well and everything is going well for you. I am Darren Eldridge, the Dark Geek, and welcome to the Dark Geek Zone October 2025. Hope you all had a wonderful evening. We're just going to run through some stuff that's happened here, darts on Cape Cod, for this month. Getting a little situated, making sure everything is going well. So, all right, getting things going here again. As I said, welcome. Hope you're all getting ready for a lovely Halloween. We got some bats flying around. We're trying to play with some stuff. And right over there are all our amazing, amazing sponsors. So I hope that you having a great time, and let's see if this is going to open. I don't know. All right, well, we'll just give that a shot a little bit later, see what's going on. Hope you all caught up and checked out the page this morning. We did have all the updates. We'll go over that a little bit later. As for the DGZ Saturday night dart challenge, that was October 25th. So a bunch of you came out to that, and we thank you. But what we are going to do right now is we're going to say thank you to our sponsors, and we're going to move right along. We started October off with the DGZ Saturday Night Dart Challenge. This was the first one that we held at Porcelli's Pizza, DC Porcelli's Pizza and More. Amazing place. Get yourself down there. They'll have football going all day today. So I'm sure that'll be awesome down there. And they'll have plenty of pizza and wings and all kinds of stuff. Half-price apps too. So get on down there for the game. This was the first time we did it there. We are going to do it there every month, at least once a month. And although the formats may change, we're trying to get more people out, more ladies out, and want to do some fun stuff. So don't hesitate to say, hey, this is what we'd like to have for a format on Saturday night. So you're going to see here, and we're going to roll through this. We want to thank all of the shooters from this one and the last one. The 50-50 all went to breast cancer awareness this month, and that was a very big success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are all awesome, guys and gals out there. Want to thank Mac Darts, of course. They gave us extra prizes to give out, and we have started this month with the high out in the luck of the draw. Yeah, we got the bounties in the singles, and we got the luck of the draw. We have the high out. That is a Mac Dart gift certificate. So we had two winners last night. I got to check the leaderboard on Dart Connect. So look at that. And as I said, the singles always have a bounty. We did double elimination last night, which means the first person to knock that person into the loser's bracket doesn't get the bounty. You actually have to knock that person out. And last night, it did come down to the finals in the men's, not the ladies, but we'll get onto that as well. So on the handy dandy paperwork here for the Saturday Night Dart Challenge in October at DC Porcelli's, our ladies champion and defending bounty, she was the bounty, Miss Rachel Emery. She took the title that night. The runner-up was Melissa Hall, DGZ squad member, Queen of the Moose, Melissa Hall. And that was a great battle. And there she is right there. In the men's, we had Christian Burrows. Christian Burrows ended up taking out Thomas McGilvery. And Thomas was the bounty. So Christian collected there too. And then Christian and Rachel, they were the bounties on last night at the singles. So that's what happens every week. If you win, you're the bounty the next week. If you show up, if you defend your title, free entry into the luck of the draw. If you lose, whoever knocks you out of the event collects that and gets their free entry into the luck of the draw. Just a little something that we like to have a little bit of fun with and throw some extra stuff out there. Our LOD champions on October what was that? The fourth, I believe, was Thomas McGilvery and Derek Watley. Well done, gentlemen. They took out Calvin Castillas and Paul Leno. Paul's been shooting great and had some great darts last night as well. And in third place was the aforementioned Rachel Emery, and with the Pillsbury Doughboy, Jason Pillsbury on this night. And as I said, Rachel Emery did repeat, and she got the free entry, and Christian Burrows took out Thomas McGilvery. The 50-50 raffle, which all of the 50-50 money collected by us, the DGZ squad, went to breast cancer awareness. That was won by Calvin Castillas, who donated it all right back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, as I said, the same thing happened last night when we did that 50-50. And we'll get on those results in a little bit as we get towards the end of the month. So, on the raffles, the Mac Darts Dart Case was won by Paul Leno. The flights by Matty Baker picked out his flights. And our first High Out Award winners went to Thomas McGilvery and Derek Watley, and they each receive a Mac Darts gift certificate to use online or in person, however they see fit. Please, if you need anything, please visit Mac Darts at macdartsupply.com, and the Jong family, Matt, will take care of you and get you everything you need. And if you want something that you don't see, send him an email, because he can pretty much get anything and will for anything he can do. So don't hesitate right there. Now, the next event that we had coming up, and we are going to run our handy dandy mouse over here. We're going to hide this one, and then bam, we are going to move right on to the Thomas Gaskill tournament. The fourth annual Thomas Gaskill tournament was held on the 10th or 11th. Yeah, I saw the 4th and it messed me up a little bit. I was like, wait a minute, no, we did our luck of the draw on the 4th. So, no, the 4th annual Thomas Gaskill Memorial Dart Tournament was held October 10th and 11th, and it was held at the Liberal Club in Fall River. And I know I always talk about the Liberal Club. That place is amazing. Dean and his team do a wonderful job up there. 25 permanent boards, and now they have live streams. They're actually going to have two cameras, two boards set up. Excuse me, two cameras. You always have two cameras. But you're going to have two boards that they will eventually live stream. So hope you guys caught some of that on Twitch. They did a great job, and they had different folks in there all doing the commentary. So people were having a great time with that. So I hope you have gotten up there and checked that place out. It is crazy. And then behind the desk, control desk, they got the two large TVs, so you can see all the stuff scrolling, all the matches going on. It's really, really one of the most, if not the most amazing places to go and visit and play. He does all kinds of different things. Their leagues are amazing, and does all kinds of tournaments. There you go, the Dark Geek Zone right there. You can get your handy dandy mug if you'd like. But he also breaks it down. They'll do some all by PPR and MPR when they're, and that's all off of Dark Connect. You know, we all love Dark Connect. They are amazing, and they allow us to do that. And they had a bunch of stuff and that they do up there. So you should always check that out. Always give them a look-see and get on down there, because it is a great place. And they have an amazing restaurant on the other end of it that has just the most amazing food. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. So now we want to get on to some results. As you see the slide going by there, there's Mr. Mean Dean right in the middle. And in the mixed doubles 501, first place went to Dave Walsh and Carolyn Mars. Shocker. Second place went to Joe Ricard and Aaron Perrone. So congratulations there. Well done. And there you're right there. You can also help out. We sponsored a couple boards, and they do a wonderful job. Mr. Andy Kinder, making up all the signs, anything you want to put on that sign. So, you know, lots of opportunities to splash out your business and also support all these men and women playing, because that's what the Dark Geek Zone does. That's what Liberal Club does. That's why we do our streaming and we do our other stuff, is all to try to promote our players, get it out there, and then get them so that they get some recognition. So back to the results of the Thomas Gaskell in the open singles 501. First place went to Mr. Steven St. Cyr. Congratulations, with second place going to Mr. Matt Arpin. Two of the super nice guys there in darts. Women's singles, the aforementioned Carolyn Mars in first place, and she took out Betty Cunningham. And Betty also came in second yesterday in the DPNE, Miss Robin Sheridan. Congratulations. That was pretty amazing. In the open doubles 501, it was Mr. Dave Walsh and Matt Arpin taking out Bernard Lucia and Joey Ranieri. I hope I have that name right, Joey. If I don't, apologies. But if you've ever been to one of my tournaments, we do butcher last names until somebody tells us. And Bernard, congratulations. Bernard came down to one of our events on the Cape. One of the nicest guy. He and one of our best Cape shooters, Mr. Michael Big Sexy McGuire. He and Bernard had a battle in the finals. Bernard was the winner, but it was a great final, and Bernard was a wonderful guy. We were so appreciative to come on down. So anytime our events are open, so we like to have them open to all. I want to show off my new Dart Connect pin there. Mr. Greg Tong gave me. So we were very, very, it was very nice to meet him, but congratulations to Mr. Walsh and Arpin on your open doubles 501 win. In the women's open, it was Carol and Mars and Mustang Sally Kelly. Sally's over in Budapest right now. I hope you guys are checking on the WDF and Carrie Demers and all of those folks over there now. In the ADO, putting all the pictures, and the updates out there as they are all battling it out there in Budapest. They all traveled safely over there. I do hear somebody lost their luggage, but hopefully everything gets situated. But they're over there representing, so let's go. And let's make it happen, folks. So, and in second place in the women's doubles was Kirsten Dahl and Amanda Betancourt. So, congratulations, ladies. Well done. In the open singles, it was Ron Sargent taking out Jeff Roy in the finals. And in the ladies' cricket, two familiar names. Winners was Carolyn Mars on a roll, girl. And in second place was Kirsten Dahl. So congratulations, lady. And then at the end of all of that, they do have a luck of the draw. And in first place, it was Romeo Garcia and Emma Morrison. Congratulations. Emma's one of our favorite ladies there. In second place, Billy Della Roca and Jonathan Arventes. Arventes? There's another name I'm probably butchering. So Jonathan, apologies. Hope I got close. I don't know. But those were your Thomas Gaskell. And as you can see, we have all the pictures there on. And you can see Mr. Mean Dean there. And he is doing his thing. I'm going to try and bring that. Oh, you know what? Haha. There's probably why I couldn't. But if I do that, I'm going to be much better off. So I'm figuring this out. I'm still technically inept. So we try, we go along. So that is going to bring us now. That is going to bring us now over to our event on October 25th that we were just talking about earlier in the show. That took us to the Yarmouth Moose for our second DGZ Saturday night and Saturday Night Dart Challenge. We try to do 2 a month. We do the first one at Porcelli's, DC Porcelli's Pizza and More. So, and then we do the second one at the Yarmouth Moose. These are open to all. We run as singles. And in November, we actually were talking to some folks. So in November, we're just going to do it up. We've been doing 301 double in, double out. So in November, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do 501 single in, double out. So see if we can get a few more ladies. We do double elimination when it's under 10. And last night we had both the men's and the ladies. Actually, all the events. Meat ran all the events double elimination. Did an amazing job. Meat, a.k.a. Tim Reynolds, on the bracket, our bracketologist. So all of them were double elimination. And we also had a little costume get together. So we are going to try to figure out how to operate my mouse. We're going to throw Mr. Gaskell on pause. Bada boom, bada bing, and there we are. That was our Saturday Night Dart Challenge. That's the next one on November 8th, and there's our new bounties. But let's go back up a little bit. So we had our Dart Challenge, and it was singles, 301, double in, double out for men's and ladies. We did have both bounties on site, which was Christian Burrows and Miss Rachel Emery. And you will see that we had a whole bunch of Emerys in the house last night, as Rachel's entire dart team, minus Meat, who came to help set up. You see right there, Jeremy Emery. So they all came dressed as Rachel. It was amazing. They were unbelievable and had so much fun. And as you can see right there, Miss Sue Belisle and her beloved beef, Mr. Tim Rutherford, they also came dressed up. And we had a great time. And we did get Tammy Emery, a.k.a. Tammy Kelly. Gin and Tonic were in the house. There they are. There's all our Rachels. It was funny, and I hope you saw some of those pictures. And if you were there, they are sights that we will never, ever, ever forget, no matter how bad we want to. And Tim rolled along with it every time he called one to the bracket to their game. Everybody's last name was Emery. It was an amazing time. We had so much fun. But now what we need to do is we need to get on to some of these results from the last night. So our champion was Tammy Emery, a.k.a. Tammy Kelly. Half of Gin and Tonic. Tammy came down. She took out Miss Jillian Richmond, who came in second place. I almost did the pictures wrong, but that's the beauty of Dart Connect. It tells you. And in third place was Melissa Carter, Salon 17, one of our amazing sponsors. I know it looks like a little hat head here. We're going blonde before we take off to the seacoast in November. So we we went blonde to take it up. It actually worked pretty good with a couple of the shirts. It looks nice with the past CCDL championship shirt. So it worked out very, very well. Now in our men's 301, back from his fishing derby, I think it's like 5 weeks or something he's over there on the vineyard, and he has done it forever. Mr. Patrick Paquette was in the house, and in the finals it was Christian Burrows versus Patrick Paquette, and Patrick was able to take out the aforementioned Christian and cash in on that bounty. You could definitely tell that Christian was not happy about it, but they both went along, and I think they'll both be back next month to battle it out. We are still going to have the bounties. We are changing the format, but that doesn't change the previous champion, so format will be a little different, but the bounties will still be available. And in third place in the 301 was the aforementioned Jeremy Emery, who battled through. And yes, we did allow her to play in the men's. She wanted to play in the open, so Jeremy Emery was third place. In the luck of the draw, because we run the two singles, we do those. Sign-ups are 5 to 5:45 with a 6 p.m. start. It is on a Saturday, so we're hoping people can make it, and then build up a little momentum and get some singles out there. And then at 8 p.m., we have a luck of the draw. And in the luck of the draw, our champions this month, or this event, were Dennis Alker, the Big Cat, and Richard Power. Richard Power, one of the people that helped down there with the LOD at DC Porcelli's Pizza More. He and Mark Sullivan run that down there, and they do a great job. Thank you, Jim and Ellie. That's a Thursday night, luck of the draw down there. But Richard ventured out to hang out with us tonight. Now, the runner-ups in the luck of the draw was Robin Sheridan and our own Pink Widow right there, Miss Sue Belisle. Sue and Robin came battling out, ended up having to come out of the second chance bracket. And Robin Sheridan was in Malden, won the ladies DPNE, drove down to Cape Cod just to hang out with us and play in our singles in our luck of the draw. And Robin, we just, and now she's at 4 a.m. this morning, she was going to work. But she had a great day. She is one of our biggest supporters and great shot. And she took out some big guns last night, and everybody was very impressed. She kept that momentum rolling all the way along. So congratulations. And in third place, we had Keith Andrews and Thomas McGilvery. Tommy Guns and Keith Andrews. Now, Mac Darts, in addition to the 50-50 with the cash, which was donated back, thank you for breast cancer awareness. And we raised $354. Fuck cancer. And so thank you. You guys are amazing, and we're going to get that donation in. And so that was the October. So, but Mac Darts, in addition to that, also gives us prizes. As I said, we have 2 extra prizes in the 50-50. So somebody wins cash, somebody wins a prize, and then somebody wins another prize. So these were a dart case, which was won by Kasha Layton. Actually, Keith won it and handed it over to Kasha. So she is in the picture. That was a Winmar dart case donated by Mac Darts. Thank you very much. And Jillian Richmond chose her flights out of the big bag of flights. We have a bunch of different sizes and colors and shapes, and 2 different ones that we did get from the Jong family and Mac Darts. And so that was picked out by Jillian Richmond. She and Tammy Emery, Tammy Kelly had won that, so she picked out the flights. So we want to thank everybody for their donations. We're going to get that money off to breast cancer awareness. And in November, you can see right there, excuse me, is Toys for Tots. So November 8th, we are at DC Porcelli's Pizza and More, and we'll have our 50-50 there. We'll have more prizes from Mac Darts. And then it is the 22nd, I believe, is that next Saturday? I think it's the 22nd. And then we will be back at the Moose. We'll finish up that 50-50. And then yours truly, the Geek, and Meat will go shopping. We're going to do the shopping with that 50-50 money, and then make sure those toys get to the kids and the powers that be so they can pass them out here on Cape Cod. And then we'll see what we're doing in December. We do have our date set for December. So now we had our costume contests, and you just saw right there, you can see Miss Sue Belisle. The winners were Beefer and Sue, and their prize was free entry into the November 8th. One of them, not both of them, but one free entry into the luck of the draw. There was a free drink that was given out, plus tip money for our steward extraordinaire, Miss Holly Sheridan. So she was amazing, as always. And there you see it right there. There's our bounties. Patrick Paquette and Tammy Kelly are the bounties. So you can come along there. And there is all our amazing sponsors. So hopefully you'll take a look and peek at all of them. They are just amazing people, and I know we ran one earlier, but we like to make a little flyer so people have a chance to read it, so we pop that out there as well. So as I said, Toys for Tots, that's going to be the November. We will get on and do our shopping at that point and get them donated here to the kids on Cape Cod, as well as having some fun. And also don't forget, the singles format is going to be 501, single in, double out. It's going to be best 2 out of 3. We're going to we'll try a couple different things. If we're under 10, we could be double elimination. We could be 3 out of 5 the whole way, too. That's been tossed around a little bit. Some people are talking about that, or maybe just going, 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 5 in the finals. So, as I said, and there they are. Boom. Our winners, the Rachels. So, our handy dandy papers from our handy dandy notebook. Link Gosling has always taught us that. You got to keep the notebook close by. So, and as I said, you saw we had the costume winners were Beefer and Sue. And there is our next one. Now we're going to see if this still works. We have a couple of leagues here on Cape Cod. Oops. Boom. I don't know how I did that. Oh, I know how I did that. I shut off the wrong one. So, now we have our leagues here on Cape Cod. We have the Cape Cod Premier League. And it looks like we've got it right there. We're going to highlight that, interact, and see what we've got here. And as you can see, this is our current division standings here right now that we have in the Cape Cod Premier League. There are 6 divisions, 2 of them mixed. And we have double A, and this is all 501, all single in, double out. And in double A, they play the first to 13. A plays first to 10, and then the remaining divisions play first of 7. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to work our way with the double A division, as you can see right here. Now, this is not done by points, because if you see the points, you'll see that Mike McGuire, he is in first place currently with 75, and you see Alan Parsons right behind him with 78 points. So this is actually done by wins and losses. So you got to win to move on. This is not done by the point system. Basic Patrick Paquette runs this Start League, and he has switched up a few things and changes and listens to people. So this was the format we went with this year. So this is all done by wins. So you've got to win the match to get a point, and it is, and you can see how it works there. Now this is our A division, and you can see Alan Williamson is currently in first place at 50, and Matt Baker, by virtue, you can see he's got 7 matches played. So the nice thing about this league is you play once a week. There is some flexibility there because, things happen. People got stuff going on, but you play once a week, and you play once a week anywhere you want. You pick the bar that you want to play at and go there and play. It's all done on Dark Connect. We love Dark Connect here, and most people do. So, but it's all done on Dark Connect, and you can play anywhere at somebody's house, at a pub, whatever you see fit. And then generally the finals are all done at the Yarmouth Moose Lodge, and we try to get as many finals there as possible. And D Productions has been fortunate enough to stream those finals the last few seasons, and hopefully this will be no different. And here is our B division. You see right here, there is Paul Anu. He is shooting amazing, and actually is had taken me out. And that's when I found out about this whole point and matches played, win only thing. So, but Paul's shooting great, and you can see we're all very, very tight. I got a makeup coming with Mr. Tim Kelly down here. Tim had shoulder surgery, so he has been battling back. He is trying to muddle his way through and has been making up his makeup matches and carrying on through, trying to keep things. So hopefully he'll get better, but is keeping his commitment and getting down. So we're getting there, and hopefully we'll get the rest of these matches in. And again, you can always follow along at any point. Check out darkconnect.com. Go to that DCTV, little TV up there, and click it on. Click on Leagues, Cape Cod Premier League, and there's usually action going on each night of the week. And here is our C division. Our C division has Mike Silverman, Slow-Mo. And this is one of our mixed divisions. You see Miss Rachel Emery and Jillian Richmond right there holding close in the middle. And again, everybody pretty close. All of these are based on your average. That's how Patrick sets up these divisions. So if you're interested and want to get in the next season, I think we're about halfway or so, right about halfway through this season. So if you want to get involved, you can check it out on Facebook at Cape Cod Premier League. You can also get the email for Patrick there and reach out to him. And here is D. This is another mixed division where you can see we have Miss Lori Kinsella and Katie Sullivan and Linda Bedard. Linda was there last night taking part and hanging out. And then we have our women's division. This is all ladies down here. And again, all done by averages. That's how everything is based and done. And as I said, you can check out Facebook for all the deets on that. And follow along on DCTV when you want to see these matches. Now, our other team league here is the Cape Cod Dart League. I'm going to interact here. Let's see. I think we're just going to take this. I'm going to make this just go away. Yes. And then let's see if we can get our CCDL and see if Darren can figure out how to interact with this. There we go. Now, our Cape Cod Dart League, we always got a few technical difficulties. It's just more fun that way. So, our Cape Cod Dart League, it is played on Wednesday evenings, and we have 3 divisions, AA, A, and B. As most of you know, A has an East and a West, AA with just 1 division, and B with just 1 division. And that format has changed too, as the singles in this is all single in, double out. Tournaments are played that way, so we all move along on that fashion. And the Cape Cod Dart League is no different. Also want to say the CCDL on November 1st, and we'll go over this in upcoming events as well. They'll be having their League Luck of the Draw. You do have to be playing in the Cape Cod Dart League, but Saturday, November 1st at the Yarmouth Moose will be their League Luck of the Draw. So if you play in that league, please get ready. They do throw money in there from your dues and other stuff that they have raised. So get on out there, get your little piece of the pie. It should be an amazing evening. Moose does a great job, as does the Dart League. So you guys will have a wonderful time. So as you can see here in AA, Dart Sharks, who are the defending champions, they are in the lead and at 67 points. They over Still Trippin', who were the former champion. So those two still battling it out. And Fupa, the umpteen-time champion, is currently in 3rd place. So they are battling it out there with the former champions. And you can see Riptides right there. They are the newest. They are the defending A champions, but they are up in AA. They got moved up, and they are holding their own and starting to shape up as they get halfway. It takes a little time to find your bearings in AA. A couple of those teams are super, super good. So definitely takes your bearings. Now, in the A East, in first place is IAC with 52 points. IAC is the team headed up by Miss Rachel Emery out of the Moose. And in second place, you see right there the 28 Club Clubbers. The 28 Club in Dennisport. That team has been together forever. And this is what they do. They spend a few seasons where they can't even seem to hit the board, and then whammo. Somehow those dudes come alive. I don't know. They find the fountain of youth and they mull through. And great group of guys. And, of course, Jack's 28 Club is, a staple here in Dennisport. So they are a wonderful place, but it's nice to see those guys coming alive. And then you see FMA coming up there, the multi-championship team. I think a lot of those folks just came off vacations. I know Mr. Joe and Sana off. Happy birthday. Turned 50. Happy birthday, Mr. Joe. Off camping. And I think a bunch of the Legiers and Amy and Smitty and the bunch of them were all on a cruise. So hope you all had safe travels there. And then we're going to move on to A West, where Nun 80 is holding first place. They were the runners-up last year in the A Division Championship Finals, and that match went all the way down to the last leg, all the way down to the very last match. And Riptides did pull it out. That's why you see them in AA, but Nun 80 coming back with a vengeance. And you can see with their lead over Armed and Hammered is a pretty good lead. So they are taking first place right now, but we're halfway through and you never know what's going to happen. So you got to keep your eyes open. And again, on Wednesday nights, you can follow along with all that action on Dark Connect. Just click on, there's the little TV. Click on that little TV at darkconnect.com and just click leagues and put Cape Cod Dart League. And on Wednesday nights, you can follow along with most of the matches. Most of the places down here are live. We are Cape Cod, so we're a little bit behind the times. That's just what we do. You got to come over that bridge. But here you see B Division and Stranger Flings holding tight in first place with a pretty good lead over David Wood's team. And a lot of us remember Dave and Travis, two young men who unfortunately left our world a little too early, and they are holding close, keeping Dave's memory alive. D-Money, we all loved him, and Travis and he were just an amazing pair. So we missed them, but they are holding that memory there with Dave Wood's team. And coming up in third place is Dillagaff. That has our bracketologist, Mr. Meat Reynolds, as well as the costume champions, Sue Belial, the Pink Widow, and for Tim Rutherford. That is a great team that's been together forever. They're out of Brewster Pizza. And in fourth place right at the moment is Hakuna Matatas. That is an all-ladies team. And they are smack dab in the middle, holding their own and really putting up quite a battle their first season together. So they have done a great job there. And kudos to you ladies. And I know they're having a ball. And we got to see some of them last night as well. And as I said, don't forget this Saturday, as we now are going to roll right into our upcoming. So next Saturday is the Cape Cod Dart League. Boom. We're going to hide you. Ooh. And hey, look at that. It worked. So, as I said, on November 1st, the Cape Cod Dart League is holding their League Luck of the Draw. You must be a current member playing in the fall 2025 season to be eligible, and it is at the Moose Lodge with signups from 6 to 6:45. They're going to start at 7 p.m. They will have a 50-50 raffle as well. And they have some gift certificates from Mac Darts. Mac Darts supports they support our Luck of the Draws, our leagues, everything that we as the DGZ squad and D Productions do. They are just amazing. And them, along with Advance and Platinum, Longfellows, the other guys, Ruggies, Salon 17, the Moose, Porcelli's, those are our mean people, and without you guys, we couldn't do it. Matt's Automotive is in there, dropping dollar bills on us. So, and we're always looking for more sponsors. We always need them. Helps us provide some of the stuff we do. So, if you're interested, please reach out. Darren Eldridge, 100 at gmail.com. That's Eldridge with an I, ELDRIDGE. So, but as I said, November 1st, they'll have all that going on. That's at the Yarmouth Moose. That's a Saturday night. So get on down there and have a ball. I am switching to find something, so hopefully I give you guys the proper information. And on then after November 1st, at November 8th at DC Porcelli's Pizza and More, DGZ Saturday Night Dart Challenge for November, raising money for Toys for Tots, switching our singles to 501 for this event. So let's see what happens. We'd love to get a bunch of ladies out, some more ladies out, some more dudes out, and come on down. It will be at DC Porcelli's Pizza and More. And Jim and Ellie always surprise us with something. Sometimes it's straight up cash, homie. Sometimes it's gift cards. Sometimes it's scratchers. Sometimes it's just extra food and pizza and bonuses. But Jim and Ellie never fail to surprise. It's a great place. 5 dartboards, beautifully set up. And so come on down. Give us a look-see. As I said, the November 50/50 is going to be Toys for Tots. So Meeting the Geek, myself, we'll go shopping, and we're going to keep that stuff right here on Cape Cod. Now you'll also see we have an MMDL qualifier. That is going to be November 8th as well. That's in Malden. That is an ADO501 qualifier. We are new to the ADO again with our Cape Cod Premier League. So we are going to work with those guys, and we are hoping to have some qualifiers come in here. I got to get together with Patrick. As I said, he just wrapped up his fishing derby and that on the vineyard. So we're going to get together, go through that, and hopefully get some qualifiers going down here. So hopefully you guys will come out. November 14th through the 16th is the Sea Coast Open in Manchester, New Hampshire. If you guys saw that stream last year, that place looks amazing. We got some people from Cape Cod. I will have the opportunity to go up. I can't wait. I want to see this event. Jen and her team put on an amazing show, that whole Sea Coast organization. There's a bunch of people, and they are awesome. So that is a great opportunity to get up there. There should be some really great shooters from all around the country, and probably Canada. Canada will come into play as well. So we want to thank you. USA Darts will be in the house. Will Stewart. I don't know if Jen Mounts is going to make it. I know she's over in Budapest right now. So they'll be there doing the live stream. So come on down. Maybe get yourself right on the stream. This is a WDF Silver event. So this is a great way to come down, get some stuff going on, and maybe you'll be in Budapest or wherever these are next year. But this is one way to start building your points towards those, bigger WDF tournaments. And this is what draws in a lot of the better shooters. So even if you're a fanboy like myself, you get to meet a lot of these folks as they travel around. It's only about 2.5 hours from Cape Cod, so you know what? If you're on the Cape, then hey, it's very, very close. So November 22nd, that is going to be a full day of darts. In the evening at the Yarmouth Moose, we have the Saturday Night Dart Challenge. That'll be the second one of the month, and that'll be at the Yarmouth Moose with our singles. And again, that'll be 501, single and double out. Skipping the 301 this month, moving it on to 501. Those signups are 5 to 5:45 with a 6 p.m. start time. And that is followed by a luck of the draw that kicks off at 8 p.m. And that sign up is 7 to 7:45, 7:50. Dart Connect allows us to set that up fairly quickly. And then we will start that promptly at 8 p.m. And if either of those singles are under 10 people, we run them double elim. As I said, there is a chance that we might do 3 out of 5 instead of double, but we change it up a little bit, especially if we are under the 10 in men's or ladies. And then in luck of the draw, if we are 20 and below, that is generally luck of the draw, double elim luck of the draw. And so we've always got that going on. And then we have the 50-50 for Toys for Tots. Plus there'll be 2 extra prizes from Mac Darts. We'll have the bounties going on. Whoever wins at Porcelli's, they'll be up for bounty, provided they're there. As well as in the luck of the draw, we have the Mac Darts gift certificates that will be up for the High Out Award. So, and last night, I'm not sure if we said it, but we had 2 people that hit 40. One team had hit it first. So Christian Burrows and Tim Kelly, you were the Mac Darts gift certificate winners from last night's luck of the draw. And I'll have those for you. I'm going to give Christian his on Monday. I'll see him. Tim, reach out. Let me know. We got to play each other in singles anyway, so we should be able to catch you. Now, DPE 8 is going to be, there it is right there. Boom. And those are the shirts, actually. I just got mine ordered. Of course, I went purple because that's my favorite color. So I go purple right there. That thing is sweet, and it's going to say Eldridge right there. So it's not going to make me shoot any better, but But DPNE8, that venue is TBD, but they had one yesterday in Malden. And as I said, the champion was Robin Sheridan, who beat feet down to Cape Cod to join us. So congratulations, Robin. She was in the final with Miss Betty Cunningham. And in the men's final, it was Levi Remick and Bruce Robbins. Levi Remick is the defending champion. And he took out Bruce Robbins 8-6 in the final. And Bruce the Buffalo battled through. It was a great match. I don't know if you had a chance to see it on DCTV, but those are also on DCTV. And the Dark Geek will be able to join Mr. Greg Tong on the finals. We should be up there doing the finals. I think it's the 13th, but you can see that we will have the flyer over there. And so check it out. That'll be up at the Tee Up Tap Room. And it's always an amazing time up there. Those guys are so good to everybody playing darts. And that place is amazing. Beautiful bar, great food, cornhole, golf simulators. I think they're a 25 or 30 dartboard place too. So they just do an amazing job. We love it up there. They're so good to us. So we'll be up there in December for the finals. Can't wait to see that. Now, also, this is something through the Seacoast that I did not know about, but the 603 Club, and I've seen some things about it, but they are starting another season of their Junior Singles League. One of the main goals here, or one of the main priorities for me personally, and DGZ and D Productions, is our youth and our youth program. And us, along with the Cape Cod Dart League, who oversees the accounts so that everything, and you know that when your money gets donated or you donate to the youth program, that money is well cared for and watched over like a hawk at the Cape Cod Dart League. And so we all run this youth tournament, and it is big to us. And so this Junior Singles League is something neat and new that I didn't know about, but I'm very interested in. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. We do want to get an academy going here, work with Dax in New York, hopefully getting up there and getting accredited so we can do a JDC academy. But all of these things with the youth, we have some great mentors down here. So we're hoping that we can get a lot of this stuff going, and this is something that I would love to copy. So if you get an opportunity, just check it out, the 603 Club, and that's in New Hampshire. And the Seacoast, as I said, the Seacoast has something to do with it. And I'll talk to Jen and hopefully some of those folks up there and find out exactly what they do, because I just think it's great, and we love all the things that go on with the youth. So, and of course, we do one here every May. We're hoping to get a second one going. Again, fingers crossed. And then work with some of our folks, Kerry Robinson, Aria Robbins, Calvin Castillies. They're all in different school systems here on Cape Cod, and it's really, really cool. So, then on November 29th, the Liberal Club, Fall River. Again, you got to get up there and see that place. The Liberal Club has the LCDL Turkey Day of Darts. Singles at 1 p.m. and then an LOD to follow after the singles. So that is on the 29th. So get on up there. Check that out. And you can see all these things over here. There's a Las Vegas Open in January. Hoping to have a lot of Cape people there. I'd love to see it. I don't know. It's a fun time. And there's that 603 Juniors League right there. Can't wait to check that out. But on November 29th, get yourself to the Turkey Day of Darts up at the Liberal Club. Should be a great time. And then on November 30th, we'll meet right back here at the Dark Geek Zone and do a wrap-up of November. And hopefully we'll have all of some information on all the tournaments, the Seacoast, the DGZ Dart Challenges, see where the Cape Cod Premier League and Cape Cod Dart Leagues are doing at that point. So, and then, as I said, we'll meet here. We'll go through all that again. And then also got to mention all the usual stuff we have down here on Monday nights at Brewster Pizza. Meat Lovin', a.k.a. Tim Reynolds, runs the Monday BP LOD. Sign-ups are at 7 p.m. Darts fly at 7:30. The bar kicks in some cash into that pot. And it's double elimination. Brewster Pizza, great place to eat, down there on the Lower Cape. So you can get your food, you can get some dots, and have a great time with all the folks down there. On Tuesday night, MMDL, we have a couple of teams from here, Cape Corruption and Cape Dreams, that I keep my eyes on. I think there's a couple other Cape players that travel here and there on different teams. Don't hesitate to let me know, because if I'm not seeing them, then, I want to make sure we pay attention and we cheer on our peeps. Then on Wednesday nights, as I said, the Cape Cod Dart League. That's the Cape Cod Dart League night. They are all over Cape Cod Wednesday nights, and all of this action can be followed on dctvdartconnect.com. Click on the little TV on those given nights. Just go to leagues, type in your league, go to the match center. All those live show up. Then on Thursday nights, DC Porcelli's Pizza and More. They're in Yarmouth, and they do their luck of the draw. That is run by Mark Sullivan, Richard Power, and sometimes Mr. Sullivan's bride, Katie, is in there helping out. And as we said, Jim and Ellie are amazing. They're always throwing things in. They do when we go there for our Saturday night dart challenges, and they do every Thursday when they're hanging out with there. So that is also generally double elimination. 5 boards set up. It's a gorgeous place, great place to eat. Get there early, have some food, stay late, have some drinks, hang out with some beautiful, beautiful people. And then, of course, we have the Cape Cod Premier League. They play any night of the week, so you can check that out all the time on DCTV. But once a week, those folks will play, and they play all over the place. A lot of them play at DC Porcelli's and the Moose and Brewster Pizza. Some play out of their houses. We do here at the 211 studio. We invite our players in here, and I know some of the other players go around at Basics. There is some, so there are some places that the men and women love to go and play, and it is a good time. So, well, I think that we have covered everything that we can cover for the month of October and what is coming up in November. So if any of you have been out there live, thank you so very much. Do me a favor, if you can, down here, there is a subscribe button, and then there's a share button. And you'd be amazed at what it does. I'm learning more and more about YouTube and everything else. So the more shares, the more likes, the more subscribers. It really does a lot and allows us to keep doing what we do. Us is myself and Mr. Meat Love and Tim Reynolds. We have a bunch of people that help that squad. Sue Belisle is one of them. Wendy Paquette, Cookie Mama is another one. Melissa Hall is a huge helper, as is Miss Christine Baker. Those are our queens of the Moose. And then there are a bunch of other people who always step in, and obviously all of you folks who come out and play in what I call our reindeer games. Sometimes they're silly, sometimes it's a little frustrating, but we are always just trying to bring you folks something to do. So don't ever hesitate to come to us with an idea or anything, all right? So I am Darren Eldridge, the Dart Geek, and we are going to say goodbye. And you know how we end around here. Do me a favor. Be the reason somebody smiles tomorrow. It's going to make you feel good. It's really going to make them feel good. And then just for a short period of time, if not longer, our world is a much better place to be in. We thank you guys so much. Dart Geek out.